Welcome to Nugget 335 with Steve and Dana Groman. In Nugget 333, we talked about amphibians, frogs, toads, lizards, tortoises, and if you haven't watched that nugget, we recommend you go back and watch that one. But we're going to talk a little bit more about frogs today. And I do want to remind you that all toads are frogs and not all frogs are toads. And you'll have to go back to that nugget to know why. In the Discover, March, April 2023, we find this article. It's part of the latest news and notes. Nature's noisiest frog. A shimmering brown body, a spectacular snout, and a striking similarity to the tapir would make most animals stand out. It looks like a tapir?
I guess that's what they think, huh? It looks like a frog to me.
It looks gooey.
Like a swollen frog.
A gooey, slick, swollen frog with really cute bug eyes.
He belonged at that show the other day.
He sure did. We saw lots of frogs
at
that show. You can get your own for, what was it? $50. You can have your own frog. But back to this article. But despite all that, the trick to finding the tiny tapir frog isn't to search it out by sight, but by sound. Following the high-pitched, beeping sound of these amphibians to specific spots underneath the peatlands of Peru's Putumayo Basin, a team of international biologists and their local guides dug up several of the burrowing frogs in November of 2019. I want to go to Peru.
Ooh, that would be quite a trip.
I'm not sure that I knew about these frogs, but we'll put them on the list of to-do when we get to Peru. The resulting analysis of the specimens, which assessed their genetics, anatomy, and auditory behavior in a 2022 paper in Evolutionary Systematics, solidified their identity as a new species. Comment, please?
They find new species of everything all the time, don't they?
It's part of what they do, isn't it?
It is part of what they do.
And how would we as creationists explain finding new frogs or new anything?
Well, two things. They're probably not new, a new species. They've probably been around for a long time. They're still frogs, and everything reproduces after its own.
According to the team, the presence of these frogs beneath the peat signifies the health of the Putumayo Basin and stresses the need to protect this ecosystem, which remains one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. What do you think about this?
Well, even though it's a short article, they obviously have to put their political slant in it because they do that with everything. As creationists, we should take care of the creation. That's easy to understand. God put it here, and we're supposed to subdue and have dominion and all that, and that means to tend and to care for. And we don't know, apparently this is a new species that they discovered. They don't know for sure what they're doing under that peat.
That sounds funny.
Yeah, they probably belong there. They probably keep it clean.
They have their role to play.
Uncontaminated. Yeah, they have their role to play, and it will be interesting to find out what that role is. They didn't live in downtown Manhattan one day and out there in the peat bogs another day.
No, they didn't.
No, they've been there the whole time, and they're there for a reason.
I think when they mean new species, it's just new to them.
Exactly right.
This past weekend...
That was new to them, too.
This past weekend, we took a road trip to Baton Rouge, and it was really nice to be able to get back on the road a little bit again. And for those of you that have been praying for us, we ask you to please continue. We stopped off in Rain. It is the frog capital of the world. When we parked, we went to go take a picture of this sign, and we were delighted to see this.
Well, I noticed a Bible verse on this sign and definitely wanted to be sure and get a picture of this one.
The sculpture of Monsieur Jacques was created for display in August of 2006. For various reasons, the sculpture was left unpainted or skinless. In this form, unity of humanity is represented by showing that underneath the colors of our flesh, we are all the same. Even though there are different skin colors, there is only one human flesh on earth. Not all flesh is the same, but there is one kind of human beings, another kind of flesh for birds, and another for fish. 1 Corinthians 15:39. And I know you've been making that point lately when you talk about some of the things that you've been going through.
Yeah, it's really quite amazing that before the facial reanimation surgery, the surgeon met with us, and he took some kind of marker. I doubt it was a Sharpie because it washed off. He drew all over my face and my leg, and that's where he was going to make his incisions. He knew exactly what he was going to get when he got in there. And what's interesting is everybody, no matter what we look like on the outside, we are all the exact same on the inside. He can take that marker and draw on anybody and find the exact same thing on the inside. That's amazing.
And that's what they're pointing out with this skinless frog. If you appreciate these videos, you might consider partnering with us on a monthly or a one-time basis. The links are in the description below. And on an upcoming Saturday Traveling History Tip, we'll take you through the streets of Rain, the frog capital of the world. If you appreciate our content, tell others and repost on your social platforms. Thank you.